Hello, I am Chris Parker of the University of Manchester School of Materials, and I'm going to tell you all about PASS. You may have seen it on a poster or on your timetable and not fully understood what it is, so we're going to make this really clear. Now, in the first week that you're here in Manchester, you're being given information from every single angle, and it is really hard to remember all of it. So I'm going to give you the key points which to remember. If you remember nothing else, these are the pieces to get. Firstly, PASS stands for Peer Assisted Study Sessions, which is a student-led support system for your units. Students who are doing your course, your units last year, they teach you, they direct you, and they help you. Every single week it is timetabled for you to turn up. There's no clashes, you can be guaranteed to be there. And the most important thing is that turning up really does give results in your study, making the best of your time at university. So the more sessions that you attend, the more likely it is you are to get a high grade at the end of your first year, second year, and third year. More of this later on, and let's get back into it. Now, I've kind of jumped ahead a bit. I should restart by saying welcome. So, welcome to the University of Manchester. This is a fantastic university and I'm glad that you've chosen it. This is going to be some of the best years of your life. The reason why you're here, obviously, is to have fun and enjoy yourself, but there is a target, which is graduation. You want to get through and leave with the best degree possible, best grades possible, so you can walk into a job interview and get the job, get the career you want and lead a fantastic future. Now, all of this does come at a cost though. The basic one is student loan, which alone is 27 grand. We're not even thinking about going out for meals and drinks and buying clothes and books and supplies, just tuition fees, 27 grand. With that much money, you can go and buy a brand new BMW 2 Series convertible. It's a really nice car, I would really like one, but you know what, it's not on the table right now. So that is what you're worth. You're spending the equivalent of a sports car on your education. Now, student experience is quite different for everyone, but there's some common things. Now, firstly, you are used to being the best. That's why you're at Manchester, because you did fantastically your grades and you got in. You probably know that university is harder than school, but at the moment, you don't know how it is harder. Well, at least not yet. So there are 3 stages of experience that you're very likely to go through in the first year, second year, and third year. Well, definitely first year. The first one is going to be confusion, then you kind of go into hiding, and finally you get problems because of this. So when you're in lecture, you know that what's being given isn't that hard in the sense that you know you will get it. You know that everyone's getting it and the lecturer's talking about it, but you just aren't really in the mode. It's just not really sinking in. And you think, well, what if I ask a stupid question? You don't really want to put your hand up and be known, or the person is always putting the hand up all the time and everyone thinks, what are you doing? So you just kind of put your hand down and hopefully it's get better. But because you didn't quite get what's happening in class, you get to doing coursework and you're like, I don't know what to do. And this is a really common experience for all students. So to resolve this, we've got a system called PASS. Now, I said before, it's called PASS as Peer Assisted Study Sessions, and these are weekly study sessions run by your peers. The second year students who were in your shoes 12 months ago, they are leading the sessions. You're turning up, you're talking to them, and they are helping you. The third year students, the ones who've been in the first year, had the problems, been to PASS, in the second year they became leaders and led students. They're now doing the whole scheme, which means that the PASS for school materials is run almost exclusively by students who've had problems and found solutions. They're doing it directly to help you. All of this supports your core units. It's not a general scheme for the whole university, it's specifically unique to yours. It's working on your needs. Now, if the needs of this year's students are different to last year's students, that's great because you turn up, you say I'm having these problems, and we solve them together. So it's only ever solving the problems you're actually facing rather than sitting through things that are not relevant. And it benefits all academic levels. You might be sitting there and you're thinking, yep, you know what, I didn't even work for my A-levels. I went through, it was super easy, I'm the best. Well, if that's you, fantastic, but you can benefit too. If you turn up to pass and someone's asking a question and you can help them, then your knowledge of that subject, which, let's be honest, is very advanced because it's university, goes higher. You understand it better, you can talk about it clearer, and that means in your coursework and in your exams, you will do better. If you're someone who turns up and you don't really know what you're doing, you just about got through maybe, then maybe if you need more support, this is the support that you need, because you ask questions on what does this mean, how does it relate to something, how do I find books, how do I read this, how do I reference, I could go on for hours about the questions students have. This is where you find the answers, not always in the lectures, but PASS always has them. Internationally, this is a scheme established in 1973, so it's been going a very, very long time, and it has been going because it is successful. In 150 institutions around the world, in 29 countries, it exists, and it is categorically the most successful student support system ever made. Every time this is applied to student problems, students do better, their grades are higher, students actually reach their full potential, which is what you want to do because you're spending a large amount of time and money investing in your future. Get your money's worth and understand. In Manchester alone, 28 disciplines use PASS. That is, over 700 second-year students are leading and over 3,500 first-year students are attending. This is a phenomenal level because we offer it to every single student in the first year. It's a university-wide scheme because we know it helps you get the best out of your education. So how does it work? So weekly timetable sessions. Just looking at timetable, you'll see. You turn up and come with questions. You find help with difficult issues and spend time with friends. Now, the friends part's really important there because it is a social activity, but the important part is that you come with questions. When you're doing things in lectures, if there's something you don't understand, if you've got an assignment and you're not too sure how to do it, or how to phrase a question, how to phrase your work. Maybe you've been asked to do an essay on something and you think, oh Christ, how do I do a university-style essay? What's the structure on this? Maybe get feedback. And you've been told to improve something, and you're not too sure what to do with that. You come and the difficult issues are solved. But it goes further than just solving the problems that you've got and working in teams to solve it. Also, it goes problems university gets solved. So, if you find that the lecturer is presenting in a way which isn't very useful to you, don't be quiet, tell your PASS leader, and that will get fed back to the lecturer. We can improve our teaching of you and our guidance of you through PASS. You turn up, you tell what's wrong, and absolutely anonymously, this will help design the best education for you. But if you don't turn up, you won't get any of these benefits. So just turn up and engage. And that is why we get the results. That is why it makes an impact. So what do you get? So firstly, there's a safe environment for you to ask questions. Now the students who are leading you in the second year, they've been there. They're probably going to say, yep, when I did that subject the last year, I found it difficult too. But you know what? When you look at it this way, it actually becomes much easier. So a safe environment, there's no problems there. You can ask whatever questions. The lecturer's not there. You can improve your academic performance. Now, this is the key one. This is why we really do it, because it really does lead you to improve. And lastly, it's a social environment. You get to meet new people, make new friends, spend time, discuss things, and really engage. So rather than sitting in the corner somewhere, getting out there, meeting people. So I mentioned before about its performance. So yeah, we've looked at this for many years. This is many years worth of data collected using advanced stats, and the more PASS sessions you attend, the more likely it is you are to get a higher grade. Now if you look at the bottom left, those who didn't attend any and went, no, not for me, don't like it, maybe one session or two sessions, they really didn't do very well. They got third class degrees below 50%. And that's not where you want to put your 27 grand. You're putting this money somewhere, you want a good degree, a good certificate, and yeah, you turn up to over 10, you're more likely to get over 60%. We can't guarantee that. You've got to put the effort in too during the studies, but this is because the students turn up with problems, they get answers, they leave knowing more, they leave with higher confidence, they leave with higher ability, they put this into practice, and they achieve higher. It's as simple as that. But that's first year. You might be saying, hey, the first year doesn't count towards my degree. Who cares? I can just get through on 40% this year and I'll pick up next year. Not quite. We look at what happens in the second year. So we've correlated the first year and second year grade, and you can see there is strong positive correlation that the higher grade you get in the first year is more likely to get a higher grade in the second year. This is a strong relationship, and it's not surprising, because the more you understand in the first year, the easier it is in the second year to grasp the more advanced topics. So PASS does have a long-term benefit. We can see more of that here. This is the number of PASS sessions you attended in the bottom year, and the lines are the total second year grade. You can see that your grade in the second year is enhanced to a greater degree the more PASS sessions you attend, where you're more likely to get a higher grade in the second year, which counts towards your end degree if you turn up to more sessions in the first year. So PASS benefits you in the first year, benefits you in the second year, and benefits you beyond that, because these skills stay with you. Teamwork, problem solving, where to go and find out problems. They stay with you and help you no matter what you do. It's a long-term benefit, but you have to engage. So, when is it? Simple answer is, it's already in your timetable. Just look at your timetable and check your student email, and you will have information on when and where PASS is. The reason I'm giving a blanket statement here, frankly, it's a 4-star term, things might change, and every PASS scheme does things slightly differently. Your PASS leaders will be in touch with you. Just check your student email, check a timetable, you'll see PASS, turn up, engage, and you'll do well. Now, if you've got any questions about PASS, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will reply to you personally as fast as I can and give you the answer as best I can. Alternatively, come and see me in the university. My email is christopher.parker@manchester.ac.uk, or come find me in C51 Sackville Street building. Anyway, hope you found this very useful, and that's PASS Demystified. See you later on.